Keyboard. Now, I don't know what to say. Like, it's a keyboard. Like, what do you expect? It's a basic keyboard. I can type anything on it. End of story. But the video I wanted to make is a different keyboard, not this keyboard which I'm currently using for demonstrational purposes in the beginning of the video, because I don't have an idea for a proper intro, so I have to resort to like doing shit like this. So either way, this has been my main keyboard for like 14 years at this point, since 2009, and it's pretty much worked fine and wonders. It's a cheap keyboard and it's not very expensive. It has a membrane switches, as you can see, and it pretty much still works fine, albeit it's, as you can see, worn out and very used. Like, some of the keys have already started to fade or faded away. In the case of the S key, the A key is almost gone, the D in English is gone, and the W is, well, you get the idea. But yeah, it's a pretty much a nice keyboard. It has served me well, and I had to use it like for 14 years, as I said. But I decided to, you know what, it was, sometimes time for upgrade. Like, get something new, replace the old stuff so it can match with my RGB mouse, which, as you can see, it changes color every 2 seconds. I'm not sure if the camera is gonna pick it up. Yes, it did. And it kind of drove me insane at night in the first, so I kind of wanted to, like, replace the keyboard. So I decided to, like, go in a local store for electronics, and I saw this nice keyboard, which was let me get it on display here for just a sec. The Modicom MC5008. You can see it on the back over here. And this keyboard was a nice keyboard when I bought it. It costed me like 10 euros, which is cheap, by the way. The point of this video is about cheap keyboards, the title already. And so far it has nice feeling to it, and I like the color, because this one's silver, this one's black, and it fits with my rest of the setup that I have. One thing I liked is the way how the keys are. These are bigger and more clickier, kind of gives you a bit of a nice feeling over here, because these ones are a bit smaller on my other keyboard and not as clicky, kind of mushy, to be honest. But yeah, so what's the point of this video? Well, this keyboard, not only that, the point of this video, as I said, is cheap keyboards. Why did I say it twice? The best feature about this keyboard is, well, it has backlight. Let me dim the lights of the recording. As you can see, this keyboard has a nice backlight. Now, I didn't like the normal RGB that these keyboards tend to have, as opposed to like mice and other stuff, but I kind of like this white color only because, well, it's not too distracting, doesn't change every 2 seconds, and it's generally nice looking with the black and white aesthetic, unlike my RGB mouse, as I said earlier. But they also included a dimmable switch, which you can dim it or turn it completely off. Now, guess what about this dimmable stuff? It's completely useless. Now you can turn it to a different setting, but the only usage you have for backlight is for turning it off, because you have a dedicated turn off and on key, and that's about it. You either have it off or you have it on. No in between. One more thing that I like is the dedicated media switches, especially this mute and volume switch, because it does wonders. Instead of having to go with my mouse to reach up the taskbar to lower the volume, I can lower it from this keyboard. I'll mute the entire system. And that's about it. That's all the positives I have for this keyboard. It costed me 10 euros, which is extremely cheap for a keyboard. I mean, This keyboard's probably cheaper, but we'll get into it. And I bought this like a year ago. 1 year ago, I bought it for cheap. Like, it was for my first job, and I wanted to improve my setup a bit, as I said. Got enough money, bought it home, kind of enjoyed it, and then the kind of problems just started. First of all, as I said, while it's cheap, the build quality is dog shit. Like, sometimes when you press a key, I can't emulate which key it is. The keys will just get stuck in the keyboard. And this is from new opening, like especially the spacebar key, which was gonna be stuck together. It was gonna be like this for a bit of a while, and if I press it again, it's gonna be back to normal. Like, it's so damn cheap that the keys already started giving problems. Now at the moment I can't replicate it, and I don't know how to make it work again. So you have to please forgive me for this wonky demonstration, but it's alright. Another thing I don't like about this keyboard is, well, as you can see, the key material. Now, since it's backlight, when you dim the keys, all of them are darker. But here's the problem: the fact they're backlit, they're already transparent. You see the writing on the keys? That's transparent. The black part is just coated paint. And 4 months after usage, the S key started to like completely give to shit, as you can see. It started to be like this C key over here a bit. It started to scratch up and fade away. Look at these S and out keys. This is from 8 months of usage. 8 months of usage took me to just get rid of this. As you can see, even your finger, if you scratch it enough, will fade away the keyboard, and this is not a good option if you're looking for pure aesthetics, because the keyboards now is gonna go look like dog shit. Like, you're already wearing out the keys already, as if the key quality isn't good enough. So all of a sudden, now that you're resting your hand like normal, or doing some stuff like this, just rubbing it or purposely scratching on it, just so you can clean up some, I don't know, something that you spilled on, like water, juice, milk, I don't know. And if you're just scratching as like normal, you might end up scratching the entirety of the keys like this. Like, I barely used the Alt key and it's already gone. What the fuck? Now, the point I tried to make with this video was that after 1 year of usage, the keys, as I said, now the build quality is shit, but the functionality of it is actually even worse. Because after buying it for on the 7th month, I was owning this, the keyboard got so fucked that pressing any of the keys will just do whatever the fuck they want. Type normally and a lot of windows will open. Type something else, the wrong key appears. And even one of these keys, I can't remember which one, actually managed to turn off Windows completely. Yeah, I'm not even joking. One key was able to turn off Windows completely. I plugged in the old timer over here, and none of the issues I had with this one were present with this keyboard. Like, that's how dog shit it was. Guess how I fixed it? Like that. Slamming it super hard on the next day kind of makes it work. So sometimes slamming it actually works. I'm purposely slamming this because I'm gonna show you my next demonstration, which happened a couple of months ago. I can live with those issues. I can live with this worn out aesthetic. But the biggest problem came right now, because after a couple of months of usage, the entire row of Q and A and Z and the tab key and the escape key and the 1 key stopped completely working. I'm not even joking. They don't even register. I can press them all they want and they won't even wanna work. So what the So the point of this keyboard just to stop completely working. That's how fucking cheap that is. I mean, I can show you demonstrate it live on camera. Look, as you can see, I can write normally in Word. All the other keys work, but as soon as I type to use the 1, Q, A, and Z keys and the tilde key, they don't even want to work. I can't even alt tab through my Windows. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? That's probably with the keyboard, right? Well, let me show you how the old timer reacts. Look, I'm actually pressing the buttons. They work. I can even type the tilde key. And I can even alt tab. So it's a problem with this dog shit keyboard that I'm actually bought and wasted my fucking 10 euros on it. It can't even do anything right. I know, slamming it didn't even fix it. So the keys barely work. They fade out. What the fuck is this? What the fuck can this keyboard do to redeem itself? Well, absolutely nothing. I turned the backlight on because I turned it off. So why should I need it? So the thing is, this is a USB keyboard, by the way, as I forgot to mention. My old keyboard is actually a PS2 keyboard, in case if you're wondering. This deluxe model. Now I'm trying to pull up one key of this. Let's see if I can. There we go. The switches are membrane, but same as my other keyboard. But what I don't like about, even if with my old keyboard, is the way how the membranes are. Tiny screwdriver, so I can pull that out. You see, this is the membrane. If you ever wanted to clean up your keyboard, this is what you be facing with. If you have membrane keyboards. I mean, my main keyboard isn't perfect with this sense. Let me show you. I already pulled it out. See? Does this whole membrane thing. Let me pull it out. Same as this. Now, this is a big issue for me. The problem with these tiny membrane keyboards, these tiny membrane switches, is if you try to clean it up and you accidentally lose them, you lose in the entire access to this key unless you actually replace it with another key that you don't use. So it's kind of pretty much a fucked up scenario. And also, I hate the membrane keyboards. Not mechanical. Mechanicals are superior with this regard, because now if you have membrane switches like this, then cleaning up a keyboard is a bit of a hassle, because now you have to actually keep an eye out on your fucking membranes. And if you lose one, God forbid, I hope you can find it. Large ones are easy to find, but tiny ones like this, the amount of pain I had with these. And if this is kind of a nice color for a membrane. It's green, by the way. But yeah, whatever. The keyboard's dog shit. Losing a big one is not a big problem, but tiny ones from a main keyboard. Get in there. So yeah, this is pretty much a waste of money that I had. I wanted to improve something, and all I got was disappointment and a regret. My old keyboard's worn out. Alright, it's worn out. Some of the keys don't work, kinda end up being mushy and not good because of usage. But it still works. It's cheap and it works. This thing was built to last. This one's just to make some more money for the company. Like, make more money for someone. Like, for no quality. I have no remorse for this anymore. This one, I have even spilled some tea, I have spilled juice, I spilled milk, I spilled coffee, I spilled everything. And guess what? This shit is still fucking works. It's like, this thing has the best build quality. On the other hand, this one's just purely for aesthetics, no build quality. That's all I had to say for keyboards. Like, if you're gonna go cheap, at least gonna do it right. I don't know any good keyboards for cheap because I'm not a keyboard enthusiast. I'm a chef. I do cooking videos. Sometimes I do stuff like this, but I don't know any fucking keyboards online that are cheap. You just have to watch other tech YouTubers to find something. But if you want something good that doesn't have RGB and it very works, go with Logitech K120.